You know, then when I went off to college, I basically wore nothing but army shorts every day of my life. I mean, in the winter, I guess I couldn't because it was in Pennsylvania. It was freezing. I must have gotten these. I think I got these post-college because I wore out the previous ones that I had. They totally have a hole in the back right here. You would go to the Army Navy store, pick out the pants, and the guy at the Army Navy store had this like industrial strength sewing machine there, and he would cut them off for you and hem them. I don't know why. I don't know how this like phenomenon came to be, but men and women, all of my friends in college, we all wore these army shorts. Well, when I first moved to San Francisco, I basically wanted to be a hippie. Like, I basically wanted to wear tie-dye and like Birkenstocks. That was kind of my fashion sense at the time. I grew out of that eventually, but I still have that sort of like hippie vibe deeply embedded in me, and I like it a lot. Like, I'll still wear Birkenstocks sometimes. This is my Marnie for H&M dress that I actually bought on eBay because I was too lazy to go to the sale. But I love this dress. What else is in here? I'm from a very small town in Pennsylvania called Danville. It's like a 3-hour drive from New York City, but it feels like it's a million miles from New York City. My mom made this sweater. And she made it for my dad, actually. And then my dad wasn't wearing it, so he gave it to my husband. And he's not wearing it, so I took it back. My mother had a very strict budget with me, and so I had a lot of kind of wardrobe envy with the other girls in my school. Once I had control of my own money, I kind of went overboard in the opposite direction and just did a lot of fast fashion, bought way too much stuff, basically. Instead of Forever 21, back then it was, Contempo Casuals. That's what it was called, and it was just pretty awful. Lots of bodysuits in the early 90s. I also love Issa London. The patterns in their wrap dresses, I love the jersey silk is so gorgeous. So this is probably one of those things I'll never get rid of. This dress someone gave to me, and I wore it to be Frida Kahlo for Halloween. And so I'll probably always keep it just in case I want to be Frida Kahlo again, which I want to be every year, but I can't do it every single year. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more creative than I ended up doing. I mean, writing, I think, in itself is creative, but I had these thoughts of like maybe becoming a music writer or like lifestyle in general. I didn't have a super clear sense. Wired called me because someone recommended me as a fact checker, and that's just where I ended up kind of like staying for a really long time. When my husband and I it was one of the first times my husband and I talked together. We were working together at Wired, and I was wearing this shirt, and he's not the most observant person when it comes to sartorial stuff, but he commented on this shirt. He was like, "Nice shirt," or something like that, and I was kind of like, I'm gonna wear this shirt all the time now. I left Wired in 2008. I liked it, like I got really into it, and then after doing it for like 12 years, I was just kind of like, I think I want to write about some other things, like besides science, besides technologies. And honestly, it was the Go Fug Yourself. I don't know if you know that website, but the Fug girls, they, you know, when I read their writing, I was like, their writing is really smart, it's hilarious, and it's about fashion. And I wasn't sure if those two things went with writing about fashion. And then when I saw what they were doing, I was like, oh, those things all totally do go together. And it just seemed possible, like, in my world. This is a vintage dress that I love that I got at that place on Valencia that you buy clothing by the pound. It was like $10, but I thought it looked like a Suno, kind of like Suno, like an African print. So I'm so happy I got this. It's funny because I feel like right now in my life, it's completely coming full circle, as just from like 20 years ago. Because, you know, 20 years ago, I bought these overalls. They were vintage when I bought them, so they're like a million years old. I don't know when they were made. The brand is Red Rock. Never heard of it. I don't know. I've actually Googled it, and I've never found out where it's from or who made them or whatever. I feel like I'm starting to understand why I wore that stuff back then. It's because it was like easy and comfortable, and that's what I want in my life now too. And so it's like definitely come full circle.